Right now, you give it up for EY.
Yeah,
Sorry, messing up your intro. Woo! Messing up his intro. Yeah.
Say hello to my little friend. Hello everyone, my name is Danny Honda. I was born right here in LA.
Woo!
Yeah, my full Japanese name is Mitsubishi Yamamoto Honda. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what the hell, Dad? Am I a kamikaze? But I was in the United States Army for a couple years. First Cavalry Division program. You know, it was weird being the only Asian guy in the Army, you know. Every day people just looking at me like, are we supposed to shoot this guy? There's not too many benefits to being in the Army, you know, like that. You get some good benefits, but I'd say the best benefit is being able to give old men hard lines. Yeah, like old men love hearing Army stories, you know? I guess because it makes them feel younger, or maybe it gives them hope for the next generation or something. But like if I meet some old guy at a park or something and start telling him Army stories, I'm telling you, he start coming all over himself. Yeah, I met some guy the other day, he's Persian, or he said he's from Persia. I was like, no, he's from Persia. I was like, Persian from Persia? He was like, yeah, where are you from? I was like, the Han Dynasty, I guess? What are we doing here? Yeah, let me try something. Oh, did you guys see the Oscars the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the Oscars and I was starting to get excited because I was like, oh wow, they're bringing back the Mummy. But then I saw it again, I was like, oh no, that's just Al Pacino. Okay, let me do this joke. You know, I noticed that some anti-gay societies or cultures are actually quite gay. Like Arab culture, for example, right? You know, they're very notorious for being harsh to their LGBTQ. Yet their men openly hold hands in the street. You know, how hypocritical is that, right? They're like, don't be gay! La, 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 la. And then Russians too, right? Are like world famous for being like violent towards the LGBTQ. But I was watching the Olympics once, and after this Russian gymnast like did his thing, instead of high-fiving his teammate, he like kissed him on the mouth. And it wasn't just like a peck either. They were like really going at it, you know? They're like, we don't tolerate the homosexual in Russia. Come, Vladimir. It seems that in other cultures, men enjoy like a certain level of intimacy with each other that we just don't have out here, you know? And, but I've seen it a little bit, like when I was in the Army, right? Like the Army is very kind of anti-gay, right? Because it's very gay, you know? Like out of sheer necessity, we're forced into many kind of gay situations where like, basically you're in close proximity with a bunch of other dudes and you're either naked or basically almost naked. Like taking showers, for example, right? That was always very traumatic for me, you know? There was one dude, he'd always walk around with a freaking rock hard boner, you know? Every time. Like you walk in the shower, I'm like, what the fuck? Eddie, soldier? And at the time, the policy with gays was don't ask, don't tell. Nobody had to ask this guy if he was gay or not. Like, knocking over shampoo bottles and shit. You did not want to drop the bar of soap near this guy, I'm telling you. Joke. Ooh. Oh yeah, I've heard that people say that Jesus was killed by Jews. But that's an incorrect statement, you know, because Jesus was a Jew. It'd be like saying, you know, like Martin Luther King Jr. was killed by Christians, which he was. And that's probably why, you know, white racist Southerners are so religious. I have to work on that question. There's something there. Oh yeah. Speaking of Jews, you know, whatever. Asians love Jews, you know what I mean? All whatever Asians love Jews. We're like, Sensei, please teach us. But, Jews don't really like Asian people so much. Hey, what's up? Oh, there's Shalane.
In your face, man.
Oh, there's a lot. Thank you so much for staying.
Anyway, Jews don't like Asian people that much. I think I know why. It's because of our eyes. It's because if you see my eyes, they're not slanted or small. It's just that I have an extra layer of skin where my eyelids are, you know? Basically, it's a foreskin, right? And you know how Jews feel about foreskins. So. Okay. All right, I'll just end with this. I already did all these jokes the last time, but I'll just do them again. I'll end with this. The Prussian, very famous comedian Kevin Hart, the comedian. All right. Okay, what do you want to do? Very good.
Give it up for you, Juana.